All right, here we go. The Celtic Twilight, Fairy and Folklore by W.B. Yeats. It just starts with a poem. The hosting of the sheep. The host is riding from Knocknarea and over the grave of Cluthnabear. Wheelcha tossing his burning hair, and Neve calling, away, come away. Empty your heart of its mortal dream. The winds awaken, the leaves whirl round. Our cheeks are pale, our hair is unbound. Our breasts are heaving, our eyes are agleam. Our arms are waving, our lips are apart. And if any gaze on our rushing band, we come between him and the deed of his hand. We come between him and the hope of his heart. The host is rushing twixt night and day, and where is their hope or deed as fair? Wheelcha tossing his burning hair, and Neve calling, away, come away. This book, I have desired, like every artist, to create a little world out of the beautiful, pleasant, and significant things of this marred and clumsy world, and to show in a vision something of the face of Ireland to any of my own people who would look where I bid them. I have therefore written down accurately and candidly much that I have heard and seen, and, except by way of commentary, nothing that I have merely imagined. I have, however, been at no pains to separate my own beliefs from those of the peasant, but have rather let my men and women, duels and fairies, go their way unoffended or defended by any argument of mine. The things a man has heard and seen are threads of life, and if he pull them carefully from the confused distaff of memory, any who will can weave them into whatever garments of belief please them best. I too have woven my garment like another, but I shall try to keep warm in it, and shall be well content if it do not unbecome me. Hope and Memory have one daughter, and her name is Art, and she has built her dwelling far from the desolate field where men hang out their garments upon forked boughs to be banners of battle. Oh, beloved daughter of Hope and Memory, be with me for a little. And in 1902, he writes, I have added a few more chapters in the manner of the old ones, and would have added others, but one loses, as one grows older, something of the lightness of one's dreams. One begins to take life up in both hands, and to care more for the fruit than the flower. And that is no great loss, perhaps. In these new chapters, as in the old ones, I have invented nothing but my comments and one or two deceitful sentences that may keep some poor storyteller's commerce with the devil and his angels, or the like, from being known among his neighbors. I shall publish in a little while a big book about the Halloween of fairy, and shall try to make it systematical and learned enough to buy pardon for this handful of dreams. A Teller of Tales. Many of the tales in this book were told me by one Paddy Flynn, a little bright-eyed old man who lived in a leaky and one-roomed cabin in the village of Ballisadair, which is, he was wont to say, the most gentle, whereby he meant fairy, others hold it, however, but second to Drumcliff and Drumahair. The first time I saw him, he was cooking mushrooms for himself. Next time, he was asleep under a hedge, smiling in his sleep. He was indeed always cheerful, though I thought I could see in his eyes, swift as the eyes of a rabbit, when they peered out of their wrinkled holes, a melancholy which was well nigh a portion of their joy. The visionary melancholy of purely instinctive natures and of all animals. And yet there was much in his life to depress him, for in the triple solitude of age, eccentricity, and deafness, he went about much pestered by children. It was for this very reason, perhaps, that he ever recommended mirth and hopefulness. He was fond, for instance, of telling how Columkill cheered up his mother. "How are you today, mother?" said the saint. "Worse," replied the mother. "May you be worse tomorrow," said the saint. Next day, Columkill came again, and exactly the same conversation took place. But the third day, the mother said, "Better, thank God," and the saint replied, "May you be better tomorrow." He was fond, too, of telling how the judge smiles at the last day alike when he rewards the good and condemns the lost to unceasing flames. He had many strange sights to keep him cheerful or to make him sad. I asked him had he ever seen the fairies, and got the reply, "Am I not annoyed with that?" I asked, too, if he had ever seen the banshee. "I've seen it," he said, "down there by the water, batting the river with its hands." I have copied this account of Patty Flynn with a few verbal alterations from a notebook which I almost filled with his tales and sayings shortly after seeing him. I look now at the notebook regretfully, for the blank pages at the end will never be filled up. Patty Flynn is dead. A friend of mine gave him a large bottle of whiskey, and though a sober man at most times, the sight of so much liquor filled him with a great enthusiasm, and he lived upon it for some days and then died. His body, worn out with old age and hard times, could not bear the drink as in his young days. He was a great teller of tales, and unlike our common romancers, knew how to empty heaven, hell, and purgatory, fairyland, and earth to people his story. He did not live in a shrunken world, but knew of no less evil circumstance than did Homer himself. Perhaps the gay people sharing his life bring back again the ancient simplicity and amplitude of imagination. What is literature but the expression of moods by the vehicle of symbol and incident? And are there not moods which need heaven, hell, purgatory, and fairyland for their expression, no less than this dilapidated earth? Nay, are there not moods which shall find no expression, unless there be men who dare to mix heaven, hell, purgatory, and fairyland together, or even to set the heads of beasts to the bodies of men, or to thrust the souls of men into the heart of rocks? Let us go forth, the teller of tales, and seize whatever prey the heart long for. No fear. Everything exists, everything is true, and the earth is only a little dust under our feet. Belief and unbelief. There are some doubters even in the western villages. One woman told me last Christmas that she did not believe either in hell or in ghosts. Hell, she thought, was merely an invention got up by the priest to keep people good.